One start. Hi, good afternoon, Laura. This is about the fifth question in Advanced Security Assignment 1. Luckily, me and Alex has found Mr. Sanjeev, who was a professional IT guy. So, about the fifth question, we are here to ask few questions regarding the cybersecurity and advanced security stuff. So, here are his questions. Before we start, we would like to have an introduction about Sanjeev himself.
Hello, I am Sanjeev Kumar Taman. Currently, I am a student in JCU, but back in my country, Nepal, I have worked for 3 years in a healthcare software company. It was a US-based healthcare software company for which we have to prepare custom software for the US, and we have to analyze the health records of US people and analyze pre-process and display the design outputs and models to our software. Those were our main duties.
And since you were saying that you were working as a software developer or an IT guy, what do you mean by cybersecurity in your field?
Yeah, I think cybersecurity is a very broad term. We can link it to the IT security because nowadays everything is related to IT and technology. So we can't compress it to a certain particular field and cybersecurity holds lots of broader things like network, data, application, server, end user computers, each and everything. So cybersecurity is not just the one thing; it covers all things that comes under technology. I believe that's what cybersecurity is.
Okay, and from your past experience, how did you approach cybersecurity?
Yeah, as I was working in one of the very big IT company in Nepal, so there were lots of stuffs that we needed to take care of to handle cybersecurity properly. As I said that we were handling the US, the people of US and the data, healthcare data related to them. So the security was one of the biggest challenges that we needed to face in that situation. So we had to take care of many stuffs like network, our personal computers, even our personal mobile phones and tablets, and all of the server rooms. Those were the different sectors that we needed to take care of. And to talk just for an example, I would go with the application security, which we implemented back in our country in my office. Like for application, we used to have a separate system for signing called central authentication system, which needed or which internally used to authenticate users with two processes involved in it, and it used to verify users with two different kinds of tickets generated at different times. So to get in technical details, it will take a little longer time. Yeah. So yeah, central authentication system (CAS) is one of the most sophisticated and most assumed secured way of letting someone to sign into our application. That was one of the example how we handle the application security in my country. Okay. And for network security, we used different kinds of network firewalls and different kinds of protocols for blocking certain ports, certain users, certain IP ranges. Yeah, these were the basic things.
Okay, cool. Alex, do you have any questions about this? Okay, cool. Thanks, Sandeep. And coming to our next question, what are the different types of securities available? Like we have cyber security, e-security, info security, and many other securities.
Yeah.
So, from your experience, what do you think? Like during that time, are there any other apart from these, or these were the most trending ones during at that time?
Yeah, from the broader picture, or higher level, if we see that the cyber security is mostly covered, we understand about securing the network from the broader perspective. But what I believe is what makes things and organization more secure is it's the people who should be aware. It's the devices that they use should be protected in order to make the whole organization protected. So I believe application securities, server securities are the basic things, but are the most important things so that one could make his organization and network safer. I think, yeah, application securities and end user end user device securities are the basic and fundamental things that are required to make more secure the cyber security sector.
Okay.
And yeah, these are the different types that I have had experience with.
Cool. And about, like, we would like you to give an example or an incident you have faced it, and how did you defend it and overcome that incident?
What I want to share is that back in my country we had, since we were handling the US healthcare data, we should have to pass an exam called HIPAA. Is a HIPAA Act, which is actually rules or act governed by the US government, which points out different sets of rules that a user should follow who is directly or indirectly involved with the healthcare data of the US.
Okay.
So for that case, we had to pass that exam, and in that exam or in that particular subject, it was all listed that what we need to do in case of any kinds of incident. Like the basic example could be like we were all supposed to lock our computer if we leave our desk.
Okay.
Even if it's for just 2 seconds or just a matter of seconds, we need to lock our computer. We can't leave the computer unlocked. So in many cases, my friends, even me, used to forget sometime to lock the computer. So in that case, how we defended that situation is we just locked the computer for our friends, and we informed him, and we informed to our supervisors or our seniors as well. So other situation could be like sometimes our computers might get attacked by some attackers, and our computer would just freeze. We won't be able to do anything. In that case, instead of calling to a supervisor or any other IT senior personnel to check our system, what we should have done in the as incident responses, we should have to plug out the Ethernet cable back from the computer. So that was the best and the first step we had to do. So these are like basic examples.
Okay, cool, Sandeep. And coming to my next question, being a professional IT guy for almost 3 years, what do you think that you feel yourself as, like, your job made you a professional? Or what is the proudest moment during these 3 years of experience in this particular field?
I think security is all about building trust with others. So what the age have turned in these days is like, it's like we have to rely more upon the technologies and devices rather than people. It's like two different people are communicating from two different parts of the world, but they have never seen each other. Similarly, the same situation happened to us because we were working with the US people's data, but we had never seen them, and they had never seen us. But we had to trust each other. They had to trust us at least, isn't it? They had to send all of the records like social security numbers, email, and everything else to us. And what we would do is just do all the steps necessary to do with the data. But the biggest thing is that they put their trust on us, and we were able to keep that trust. We were able to make them satisfied that your data is being secured. So I think this is the proudest moment to make someone feel safe, that they are in safe hands or in safe situation here.
That's amazing. And last but not least, this should our final question be: what do you want to convey to others or people like us who are still new to this cyber security and advanced security stuff, but we have few insights about it? So is there something that you want to convey to people about the cyber security?
Any suggestions or
Any suggestions?
Yeah, what I would suggest to newcomers or new learners who want to learn about cybersecurity is there are lots of things already in the Google, as everyone knows. The first and basic things we should do is search everything what we are curious of, and search everything, try everything. And in the perspective of security, to those who don't know what cybersecurity or what security is, I would say I just want to say that it's not technology that protects us all the time. I think it's the people who should be more careful of.
Mhm.
Like even if we talk of ourselves, then if we see somewhere like free Wi-Fi in the coffee zone,
Yeah.
we would instantly connect with the coffee with that Wi-Fi and start browsing the stuffs, isn't it? But I think even it seems like simpler or not so the situation to
Protected.
be taken care of. But I think these small things matters a lot because hackers and attackers are everywhere these days. So it's the most important thing is it's the person who should be more careful of,
Yeah.
about his devices, about where he uses his devices, where he connects. So yeah, only if people gets careful about himself and what he's
how about
doing.
security
Yeah.
companies, large companies or big companies?
Yeah, large companies. In my case, also we used to implement different services provided by Amazon Web Services.
Right.
So yeah, Amazon Web Services already provides lots of things like cloud services, all of the security services, and storage services, data storage services. Yeah, we can go through sections or the sites of those services like Amazon Web Services or other Googles, so we can learn about them. And yeah, there are lots of certification programs, and we can try to overcome the exams and get the certificates from them.
Okay.
So it will be much helpful in coming years as a professional. So yeah.
Cool, cool,
Okay.
Sanjeev. So
Thanks,
your
Sanjeev.
final words would be, we shouldn't connect to a free Wi-Fi zone or something, so that we need to be protected. Is it so?
No, it's not that I mean to say that, but these are the basic and smallest things.
Okay.
We are normal people, so we don't care these things. But like someone who is a big guy from bank or someone
Yeah.
from big institutions,
They need to be
they
careful.
need to be,
Yeah,
and we
cool.
should practice taking these steps. We can say that maybe someday we will be the one standing at the top position in some bank,
Yeah.
isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's better to practice from now.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Sanjeev. Yeah.
Thank you,
very
and
thanks
all the
for
best.
your-
All the best for your
Yeah,
subjects
thank
and
you.
assignments.
Yeah,
I
thank
hope
you.
you guys
Thank
get
you,
good
Laura.
marks.
Yeah, thank you.